Okay. So I'm going to start this by saying, I told you so. And I'm going to start this by also saying that you guys need to follow. You need to press that bell button. You need to press all of the things on there to not miss my lives, because there isn't a live like mine. I mean, I just want to say this to everyone in every single aspect as possible. There isn't a show like this, right? And welcome to the best crypto show in the world, and we will be talking about a lot of things today, right? Where Bitcoin is going, what type of things are happening, what geopolitical aspects are crazy going on, what Donald Trump has said to protect that kind of aspect, what effects are going on, what are interesting things where I think there could be a level of a pullback coming soon. We'll talk about some incredible news that literally everyone's being quiet about. We'll talk about the Clarity Act. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be crazy. So let me just put this here. Right, and we can get going. All right, let me just post this out and we can go from there. Now, I'm going to need everyone, if possible, and I know this is a lot of work for you guys, right? I know this is a lot of work for you guys, but to smash that like button, smash the heart button, throw a few gifts here and there just to help the algorithm so we can get this thing moving forward. That's simple as that. It's all I want from me. Doesn't cost you guys anything. Everything on that level, and we can move from there. Let me get the chat going as well. We can understand what's going to be happening from that moment on. All right. I get all the warnings. I know. Everything's ending. Everything's over. Honestly, who made a program so dramatic these days? I just don't get them. Come on. Why'd you keep opening up on me? Stop it. Technical problems, people. Technical problems. All right. Now, let's get this going. Come on. Just work. Yes, it worked. I can't believe it. It's fantastic. All good. Now, new camera. Yes, of course. New camera, new studio, new everything. Everything is new. I just need my old followers to follow this account because this is the real account. The only one that says Alvarez on the bottom is my account. That's it. It's the best way for me to describe it. Man's balling. I still don't, I sometimes believe you guys don't believe that I've done a lot in this industry. I used to be called the 7-figure crypto. Anyway, whatever. I've stopped saying it because everyone's like, oh, man's coping. It's 6 figures now, ain't it, bruv? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. You know this guy? Yeah. Have you seen him? Yeah. Look at his bed frame. There's no bed frame now anymore. Yeah, studio and camera and stuff and lighting. Anyway, look. What Bitcoin has done is exactly pretty much what I said, right? I mean, we're not going to be talking through a lot of understanding here. It's pretty much to the dot exactly what I said, right? I mean, it's not like we're messing around here. This is exactly what we've been talking about yesterday. It happened exactly the way that it worked through. Now, are we going to see you did a lot of crypto like Trump did for what? Yes, okay, whatever you say. You're right, I'm wrong, everyone's bad, I'm a good person, I'm a bad person, you're a good person, I don't know anything, bed frame, all that kind of jazz, whatever. Now, are we going to see some form of pullback? And I think we might see that. And I like to look at some key indicators to see what that is, right? Because what that could be, I usually look at on-chain data, right? The on-chain data is everything in this market. By the way, is anything working on the tube? 1 second. Does everything work on the tube? Just want to make sure. Is that working? Did I see anything on that? Yes, it is. By the way, if anyone wants to see what I'm showing, all of you guys will see charts, but you will not see everything else I'm going to be showing. Why is this not working now? Is it here? Nope, that's not what I want. Where's my what is happening? Please stop doing that. If you want to see the charts, you guys have to go and check out what is happening here? Yes, you need to go and check out here. If you see this, you go there and you'll be able to see what is going on my screen. On the tickety talk, I can only show the graph and talk in very cryptic languages. All the rest of it will be people that are looking to see it that way. I'm confused as to how it's pumping in a war. I'm going to tell you why it's pumping in the war. I'm going to get to that conversation. Thank you very much, Luke. That's going to help me transition into the key area. And this is it, right? There is talk right now, again, about Bitcoin and gold and how things are looking very interesting in this manner and where Bitcoin holds its place within these periods, right? This is the thing that I want to explain, because people think that word is going to be short-lived. Not sure. I don't think it's going to be short-lived. 3 weeks. If it past 3 weeks, all of what I'm going to say means nothing. All right? Means nothing. So this is it, right? There's a lot of talk between the understanding of gold, between the understanding of Bitcoin. We're going to be going through a lot of that kind of understanding. So I'm going to be explaining exactly what's going on, what's going to be the key thing. I'm going to make sure, one second, let me just share this into the Alpha Hunters group. By the way, a lot of people have been absolutely killing it on the Alpha Hunters. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you guys anything. I mean, there is a section to it where you can get extra help, but it's not necessary. It's a great community. It's a great understanding. If you guys want to check it out, it's a links in the bio. You can see it here. People are doing some insane things. You can see it here. Where is it, Prophet? Look at all this. Over again. We are absolutely smashing this thing. We're talking about directions. We're talking about understanding, and everyone on there gets first-hand experience. And tomorrow, the copy trading is going live with KB. You guys have to be in there. You guys have to understand. And if you don't want to go in there, don't go in there. It's up to you guys. Whatever. It's nothing. I'm just giving you guys the option. But I would say I would go in there. It doesn't cost you anything. Right now, if we look at the market and we try and understand where we are and what's going to be happening and where we're going, right? At this present moment, we're seeing a beautiful breakout of the zone that I was talking about. And I said my bias is to the upside because of this support line, where we are, how low we pull back, what's going on, and all that kind of aspect. But we still have some fears in the market. And it's going to come to an evolution of one key factor I'm going to be explaining to you, because there's on-chain metrics and on-chain factors that are going on that are somewhat not great, right? I'm just going to say it in that way. They're not, Gucci, as the famous rapper once said in our fable understanding of the scripture of being, Gucci, I don't know, right? But we're coming to a key level. And this key level that we're looking at right now, as I said before, yeah, the purple will never find me. They're still searching. I've moved the room now, so it went from the sky bunker to the middle bunker. But if we look at this, right? If we look at the run that we're looking at, and we do this Fibonacci, and we see that the 50% of this pullback, this run back that we've seen, this capitulation event that we went through, has reached and is looking at the exact level of 74,550 or 42, right? This level now is an extremely important level to look at, because it's going to be a area where a battle is going to start forming. And that battle that's going to be is going to start to form is going to be at this level here. So I assume here is going to be a key area, maybe a bit more, because these things can sometimes overextend and pull back from that moment. But I would say around the 74,000 to 75,000. That's where the 75. Yeah, around the 75,000 will be an area where I'm expecting some form of issue to be arising, where we could see some sort of pullback. Now, if by a crazy chance that we get above the 76,000, that's going to get things very, very interesting. And that's when we will start going over to this 84,000 area. Whether we'll get there, we'll see, right? We will see, because we do have certain factors that we need to make sure that we keep in mind and understand. One thing that I will say for everyone that needs to know why, okay, that went the wrong place. Why I think there could be a selling event here is if we look at on-chain data. Can you just move away? If you look at on-chain data, I don't know if you guys know who Galaxy Digital is, right? Let's put this on-chain data on here. By the way, if you guys want to see what that on-chain data is, you need to, where is this now? 1 second, let me get to the weekly so you guys can see what's going on. Hello. Where is that chart? Why does it always not? Yeah, you guys need to put this here. You guys need to go to here to see the actual chart of what I'm going to be showing here, because you get the extra details there. Let me just put this back again. Just you have to be like that, right? Anyway, right now, if we look at this on-chain data and we see that that Galaxy Digital has moved 1,000 Bitcoin on to Coinbase Prime, right? And that's gonna be some serious selling pressure. And their average buy is 72,000. Now we are, it's getting to a point where they're going to understand and try and ascertain how much, or whether they want to go through a loss, right? Bro, I lost $400 in a few days. How do I deal with it? Just take it as a form of education. Understand why you lost it. Understand where it's going through. And you're 18. Don't worry about it. Up until, in my humble opinion, up until the age of 25, live your life. Enjoy it. Do and test everything you can afford to take risks. In my humble opinion, that's what I would say. That's the biggest lesson I can teach anyone that's young. And also start investing into tracker funds. By the time you get to there, you can do crazy amounts. Just DCA. When you're at that age, DCAing is the best thing to do. You honestly, just do it that way. Anyway, so 1,000 Bitcoin is going to be going on. The average buy is 72. We are sitting at right now 70. Where are we now? 73? Where are we? What are we sitting at? 73.6. I'm expecting the 74,000 area to be a level where you need to really start considering, especially with lines with key levels, how important this level is, because this is the level it lost, right? This is the level it lost for it to have the pullback, and that level is going to be a psychological graph, everything level that's going to be extremely important to understand, because if it regains that, then there's a real high chance that this thing can move on from there now, right? That's the thing that I would say for everyone. Now, the reason why I say that this move is great, we're in an amazing, incredible area that we're in the market right now, right? Guys, I'm gonna have to ask for some likes. Some. I'm not asking a lot. I know you guys are going there, but I just want a little bit. Tiny. Don't want anything more than that. Just want to get to a larger view. Hello, time travel. How you doing, my man? We're in a bear market. Don't forget. Yeah, I know. We have to understand that. We need to keep that in mind. But sometimes these runs can go a lot more. But we will get to that level now. If we try to understand where we are right now, and we need to know where we are, right? Where we are right now, what is the general risk appetite and understanding of what's going on? If we look at, right? If we look at oil, I want to explain something very, very clearly right now, because something happened today, which should give you some pause, right? Because two very big things happened today that, see, markets and trends in news are very fickle, right? They will report things that is going viral and that is the nature of what's going on at the moment, right? It's this sort of, they follow the trend, and you don't actually have to read between the lines. And that's why I'm here still expecting to get to 20,000 likes, and it's like 16,000 likes at this present moment. Anyone that's new here, by the way, consider following. If you follow, I put a lot of free information and alpha and everything else like that. And if you want, you can join the Alpha Founders group. Links in everywhere you could possibly imagine. Now, oil is rising. I know where it looks like this, but oil price is rising, and there is a level of oil price that I just have to, I'm going to mark it out here. Because if we start reclaiming these levels, let's do that. Let's bring it down a little bit more. There we go. If we reclaim this level here, right? And that sits around 77.4 to 78.4. If we reclaim this, hey bro, no more lives on. I am on TikTok. I just got banned for impersonating myself and human trafficking. You need to follow my new account. It's just Alvarez. If you just write alvarez.trading, you'll see me. It's crazy. I am on there. I'm actually on TikTok right now. So just go there and share and all that kind of stuff. It's the most ridiculous thing you can imagine. And they're nerfing my reach because they think I'm impersonating myself. It's crazy. But whatever. Now, where we're sitting at this present moment is that if we reclaim this area, that's bad. But something happened today, right? Because there are fears with the Strait of Hormuz or Hummus. I'm just calling it Hummus, right? The Strait of Hummus. With Taziki, right, where ships are still not passing through. The actual cost, yeah, that's exactly what I was banned for. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's just there's an extortion artist that review bots your accounts, and TikTok just doesn't care, right? So that's the way it is. I mean, or they're getting through, they have a backlog, whatever. Hopefully they give it back. TikTok give my account back. I'm not a human trafficker, and I'm not impersonating myself, right? It's some of the conversation we have are hilarious. It's like pictures of me. It's like, it's me. Look, I'm taking a picture of myself. It's me, right? Anyway, whatever. Hopefully we'll get it back, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Well, that's why I'm trying to regrow this. I appreciate if all of you guys who watch my videos and everything else, if you can reshare it, interact, do all that kind of stuff. It is me. You should write Alvarez on the bottom, and we can go from there, right? Now, yeah, so something happened because there's fear in the market right now, right? There's fear in the market right now, and everyone, they're trying to try and. Thank you so much, Price. That means a lot. Honestly, people like you make me really, really happy to be in this industry, even though I just do it. Calvin Hill didn't get banned. Calvin Hill didn't get. I went to Coach TY. I know what Coach TY did. Calvin didn't get banned. He's on his alt account still. His original one is still not being unbanned. It's still there. So I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. So there is this risk. And partly the risks sits between insurance brokers. They're not insuring the boats anymore. So these ships are now just dead weight sitting there. None of this stuff is going through, right? And just the risk, the fear of it, even though people are saying, oh, America has this and this and yeah, it's still a problem right now that's going through, right? Now, Donald Trump, I bet you haven't seen this tweet, did this mad tweet today where he said, effective immediately, I'm going to read it so you guys can understand. Effective immediately, I have ordered the United States Development Finance Corporation, DFC, to provide at a very reasonable price political risk insurance and guarantee for financial security of all maritime trade. This is wild, by the way, right? So in essence, he's saying, and on top of that, he goes, I will also be escorting all these ships with Navy fleet. This is crazy, right? It's absolutely insane because what he's saying is that the USA is guaranteeing guaranteeing insurance for these ships, and on top of that, they're going to be putting up their their Navy fleet to protect these ships. That tweet was sent out. I'm gonna put this on a low time frame. That tweet was sent out here. Well, here, right? Was it here? I think it was sent out here. That tweet was sent out here. It had a no. The tweet was sent out here. It had a dip, so the price fell down, and then an instant recovery. Instant, right? The price went up instantly. And what this means, and what this is showing, is that markets care about very few things. And few things is risk to market structure, pricing, costs, a whole swathe of things that are really important to them. And to them, oil right now is a structural risk, not a logistical cost, right? And that is extremely important. And it's saying, what the market is saying to you, if this conflict lasts longer than a certain amount of time, then the structural risk to the economy, and this is to the world economy, because I'm going to explain something to you about some misnomers that a lot of people are talking about, right? That will start to, and I want everyone to listen to this because I know everyone is ultra focused on cryptocurrency, but this will affect cryptocurrency. It's extremely important that you understand. This is not my, oh, come on, Chris Moore. I don't know what it's not my fake account. This is my real account. This is mean. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna I just don't need people to say silly things for the reason of being silly things. There's a function you can do where you can just like do whatever you want to. Right now, where was I talking about? Yeah, no. So this is the situation of where we are right now. Because what's happening is, I've just lost my train of thought now. Looking very serious with Mr. Laughter already. What? I'm not looking. I'm just talking about serious things. Now, it's what it's saying is that because of the structural nature of oil and how important it is to all markets, world markets, right? That God, honestly. Do I have any moderators, by the way, here? Is there any moderators? Do I have any moderators at this? Yeah, Chris, not you. Yeah, T, can you please moderate people that are just, not here to not try to understand the, hey, Randy, how you doing? Hey, my man, good to see you. That are not here to actually take information and just here to just troll for the sake of trolling and but swallowing it for everyone else, right? Anyway, so what I was going to say, yeah, so because it's such a structural aspect and the fact that it's going to be on the world, it's going to be really, really important to talk about, right? Because, God, honestly, yeah, I think, yeah, yeah, please, thank you. Now, this is the thing. Because of that, the economy doesn't care about Donald Trump saying, "Oh, we're going to insure it, we're going to do this," because that's not going to be the understanding. Because it's not just about oil; it's about 115 billion other things that are going through this thing. Oh yeah, Randy, let me make you a mod as well. 1 second. How do I make you a mod? I don't know how to make you. I'll find out somewhere. I'll make you a mod one day afterwards. You get distracting by the chat. I'm getting distracted by the chat because people are just trolling for the sake of trolling. You know what I mean? There are people who are just haters for the sake of hating and like to spoil it for other people. That's just their jam. What was I saying? Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I don't think we'll talk about Bitcoin bottoming anyway. Yeah, so the structural thing is an issue, and if you want to understand how much of a problem this is, right? If you really want to understand how much of a problem it is, Qatar stopped its LNG production completely as of today. Qatar is not producing LNG. And this is the thing that I want to explain to you. Even though Donald Trump and USA is there to say, look, we are going to support you in every way with money, insurance, 100, everything you could possibly imagine. Qatar's like, well, that doesn't matter. Like the what this effect will have on us is greater than that. Insurance takes time. A whole bunch of other things that take. How many ships can America actually protect? Can it protect against a rocket? Really? How many rockets can it protect against? Like, this is the issue that we're there. It's causing destabilization, and destabilization can last only a certain amount of time. There's an amount of time that the markets can absorb. Anything above that, it starts to affect the markets. And because I want to say this as well, it's not just oil that goes through there. We have fertilizer and 150 different things. If that is blocked for a longer period of time and goes on for a longer amount of time, that cost, even the effect of fertilizer, is going to affect global food markets. Global. And you see, remember what happened in Ukraine when grain was affected, grain and flour. You saw food prices start going up, inflation start going up. The biggest fear that we have there right now is that America thinks that they're fine. And this is the thing. And I want to give you guys a bit of alpha here so you guys understand how oil works. Venezuela isn't what's saving USA. Canada is. Canada is saving USA at the moment, because the oil in Canada and Venezuela are the same. The exact same processing. They're saving it. They're a net exporter, so they're doing really well. So the reason why certain stocks and American stock markets and things like that are doing well is because the demand for the dollar and because America is a net exporter is bringing in insane amounts of liquidity into the USA. People are rushing still to the USA for a safe haven for their dollar, for their liquidity, for anything that they can do, and that is having a knock-on effect on a whole bunch of other products that we're seeing like this, right? The dollar's going up because of that, right? That's the reason why it's going up, because of oil and various other aspects. So the dollar's effect, again, short term can be absorbed, but as it starts moving over to the long term, that long-term effect is going to have a huge effect on the market. That's why, remember what I said, and I want this to be very, very careful to understand this, right? This is really, really careful to understand. As I said yesterday, I'm expecting this thing to potentially, when it gets around that 75,000 area, have a bit of a pullback due to what I showed you with the on-chain data, right? But I'll say this. I genuinely think that if this thing goes on prolonged, by next month, and if this conflict isn't over, I expect this market and all markets to have an amazingly huge pullback. I'm saying this now. I still think that there's a very high chance of these lower levels to be hit, or absolute best, just crazy chop that's going to be happening, and that chop could potentially be still within this big range that we're in, which is 59 to 73. That's huge amount of chop, up and down, up and down. The best case scenario is that this is the bottom, or we might hit this a couple of times more, right? And we see this move up and down, chop between these two levels that we're playing and ping-ponging on. We'll see what happens. We'll see when it gets to this level, if it gets to this level, and we'll adjust. Remember, in this market, you react, and you can do maybe next day what might happen. Anything lower than that, anyone that says it in a longer period is only guessing, or they're just saying things that aren't very, very good for the market, right? Those are the things that I want to say. Now, let's get on to some good things, and then I'm going to get to this comparison between gold and Bitcoin, why sometimes comparing the two together isn't the best thing to do, isn't the understanding. I mean, Gus, of course you're adapting, you're making bank, my man, right? I appreciate it, that you're doing really good. And a whole bunch of other things that are going on. That will be towards the end. Let me just get through all this stuff and we can go and talk about that. It's really important and it's a really interesting thing to do. Now, one cool thing that's going on at this present moment, right? Remember I said that banks are getting a bit scared? Remember when I said that? This tweet also came out, right? And this is about the Clarity Act. And Donald Trump is like, Donald Trump is getting annoyed with banks right now. He's like, you're making so much money right now, right? This thing is going to go through. This Clarity Act is something that we're going to do, and what the banks are doing is trying to cut the legs out of this bill, and to protect their own financial interests, to protect all of these things that make them, who have a very strong hold on the market, where they, and I've done a video about this, you should definitely check it out. It's super duper important to check it out, where you look at the understanding of they're trying to protect their interests, and all of the margins and the red tape is where they make their money. But I'm telling you, I'm saying to you, I am Mr. Stablecoin. I need everyone to understand how insanely important this act is. I'm going to say this to you. Do this. I want you guys to do a test today, right? I want you guys to do a test today. And that test is this, right? Go talk to any financial person, anyone that you know who works in a bank or anything on that level, or anyone that has an even understanding of any financial modeling or to do with banks, anything on that level, right? Add some literacy and ask them, hey, what do you think about the Clarity Act? I promise you, none of them will know what that means. None of them. Not a single person will know. You know how I know that? Because I was at a dinner with a bunch of finance people. I was in a dinner with some algorithmic traders and crazy intelligent people. I said, hey, wait, so what do you guys think about this Clarity Act? And they were like, what's the Clarity Act? They don't even know what's happening on the higher level. And we're at this level where we're actually at the higher level. We're at the higher level right now, understanding what the potential of what this could be. They don't know about this. I do it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. You will get to this weird understanding going, yo, whoa, wait a minute. How do you guys not know about this? How is this not known by your institutions, where Jamie Dimon, Mr. JP Morgan is saying we need to, they're trying to mess this bill up, because he's saying, by the way, JP Morgan, he's saying we want to do this so we can protect the public. The bank, like JP Morgan, that may have I'm not gonna say anything. They're amazing people. Don't sue me, JP Morgan. I love you guys. You're incredible. You have great financial modeling and all that kind of stuff. It's saying that the Stablecoin Act is a problem. What is your think of Monero? I think Monero is going to have a real problem when the Stablecoin Act comes in. Real problem. Because it goes against everything that's on that back, right? Visa's one. Visa's also brought a stablecoin card out. A whole bunch of, I talked about that yesterday. I'll even put up here for people that are new and want to see what I'm talking about. By the way, anyone that's new here, welcome. Anyone who doesn't know me, been in this industry since 2017 and made 7 figures, trade, I have a bunch of stuff, right? And this is the Visa thing. They're launching, they've spent $50 million creating a stable coin backed card. This is a real thing. This is Visa. Visa wouldn't do this if they didn't understand in the background things are getting real. They're getting real right now. And this is why it's super important to understand that stable coins are the future, and a few other things as well that I'm looking into at this present moment. So this is definitely going through, and otherwise he's going to do something Donald Trumpish, right? He will do something Donald Trumpish to get this through. I just hope it doesn't go through in a way where it will actually damage the future of what this act will be and how it will work into. So if I were you, if I was something that you're going to be taking away from, do you think Monero is going to skyrocket? Potentially before this, maybe. Yeah, could be. Monero does well. Monero does really, really well when the market isn't doing so well. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Anyway, right, yeah. So that's happening. Now, one really interesting thing that's happened, right? And this is possibly one of the biggest news. I can't actually explain to you how big this news is, right? And I want everyone to understand how big this news is. Do you guys hear about Kraken and their Fed master account? Have you guys heard about this? Because when I read it, I had to read it twice because I was like, sorry? I was like, sorry? Kraken, a cryptocurrency exchange, has now been approved for a federal master account. This means, for the layman's out there, that includes me as well. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a guy in a room. Oh, wait, I can do things now. One second. I've just, oh my God. Epiphany. Wait, where's my epiphany? Wait, why is this not working? Hello? Why is this not working? But? Ah, here we go. I just realized something, that there's things that I can do that make... All right. I'm just a guy with some amazing hair, right? It's a try for a year and a tiny account. But Cryptus, I'm going to explain to you why that's such a huge thing. I'm just a guy, right? That's got crazy hair, and you shouldn't listen to what I'm talking about, right? But if you were to listen to what I'm talking about, how do I get rid of this? All right, okay. If you were to talking about Alvarez, that's more like it. I love the real talk, but bants. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, but TikTok doesn't like the bants, and people like complain and stuff. Unfortunately, I have to move. I have to move at the pace of the slowest person, unfortunately. And there are people, as you see on iLive, where they just don't care. And they don't care that they're spoiling for other people. And that's part of the reason why I had effects on my other account as well. You saw what happened. I was drinking water and it flagged me. You know what I mean? That's what happens when everyone is just butthurt at certain things. But whatever. Now, what this is, right? A federal master account means that Kraken can access... They can access federal money, not short-term. What is dodgy though? I should have. Yeah, okay. They can access federal money, not like loans or any of the crazy things that you can talk about, like how normal banks can access those repo loans and things like that. They don't have access to that, but they can access liquidity without there being a bank in the middle. This is only, this thing is granted to very selective few institutions, and namely those institutions are banks. You see the US financial institutions, small little things are slowly moving, right? So this is still talking about Kraken. We're still talking about Kraken, right? Not my Kraken chair, right? Although my real chair is coming in, it's being shipped from Italy. You guys have to, I'll do a tour of the chair. It's this chair that doesn't have, it moves with your body. I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever, you know what I mean? Because I'm all about moving with the body, like going with the flow, epic waves, right? So Kraken has the access, so it means that they can access liquidity without a bank being involved. It's incredible what this is, because crypto exchanges have been trying to access this for years. Even as Crypto said, oh, it's only a small account. They've got an account. The sheer level of how important that is wild. It's wild. Right? It's absolutely wild. And this is one of the biggest news that you could possibly imagine and understand what's going on in the markets, right? It's huge. Now, it's going to be a bit of a controversial conversation that we're going to be having right now. And I have to be very careful, right? Very careful what I'm talking right now. This chair looks low. Yeah, it's not the best chair. I'm not going to lie. No, I did talk about the Herman Miller M body, but I like the human scale. What's it called? Human scale what's it called? Human scale. It's like a Napa leather one. It's the way it moves with your body is awesome. Like the back. Yeah, I'm gonna get the human scale one. Should I show you what chair I'm getting? Does anyone want to know what chair I'm getting? I know I'm gonna lose a lot of people who want to watch this and like, why is this guy talking about a chair? But does anyone want to know what chair I'm getting? Right? Yeah, show us. All right, I'm gonna show you my chair. I'm gonna show you my bougie chair. All right, just don't. I'm gonna try and find one which doesn't have the price on it. Hello, why is this not working? Hello, is my map? Wait, is this? Just 1 second. My 1 second. My keyboard has run out of battery. It's all about technology, innit? But you can hear. Can you hear the quality? Look, can you hear the quality of the? That's how you know. That's how you know it's quality. It just the battery doesn't last. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. 1 second. Come on, boy. Let's get. Oh no, it's the wrong way around. Come on, boy. How do I charge this thing? 1 second. 1 second. Little bit of it. 1 second. Come on. You can do it. You like the view? All right. Charge. Please charge. I beg you. Chairman of Hyundai. I will do that. The guy earns $1 million a year. What are you talking about? All right. Okay. Cool. Dilemma over. Right. Let me show you my chair. Great. I lost 10 people. No, man. Humans. All right. There we go. Human scale. No, I don't. Human scale. Freedom. Leather. There we go. Yeah. Leather. Yeah. That's the one I'm getting. But I'm getting the one with the nicer leather. This is the one I'm getting. I'm just gonna show the. Anyway, whatever. I'll just show it. It's on. You can actually get it from John Lewis, but the one I'm getting is actually much nicer leather. I'm getting the Napa leather one. Oh, all right. This is the chair I'm getting. That's the bad boy I'm getting. Look at that. It kind of like moves with your body. It's such a yeah. That's what I'm getting. Anyway, whatever. If you guys wanted to know, that's the chair I'm getting. Should be coming any day soon, but it's coming from Italy. Oh, you can't see that. Oh yeah, you guys can't see. You have to be on the tube to see it. Yeah, so it's coming with this like really nice Napa leather, really soft. But yeah, that's the thing. Right now, getting back to the reality of what's happening right now. I didn't see it on the tube. How'd you not see on the tube? You need to move it forward. If you're on the if you're watching on the tube, you can actually move it to the right, all the way to the right, and you can actually get there quicker. Just so you guys understand. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that show, man. It's gonna be amazing. The caressing of the cheeks is gonna be like something else. They sell them at 19.99 LD. Yeah, I didn't think about it. It's on the YouTube stream. Yeah, that's it. Right now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be talking about something that's there's a lot of allegedlys here, right? And a report came out. Well, it's not really a report, but there was interviews done with top officials with that describe about the negotiations that happened between the two parties that are in conflict at this present moment. And there was one thing about it that, if true, it's for people that watch. You guys should watch my videos on the Tickety Talk. If true, kind of gives you an understanding of why this thing actually happened in the first place. Because allegedly, when they were negotiating, and that's why, but we know that from your video, but no one watches my video, so it's got like 400 views. TikTok is suppressing it because, of all the other things that's going on. Or you can check me out on the Insta. If you check me on Insta, you'll see them. That's going more people are watching it. But allegedly, America offered, and I'm going to say cheese, so people understand what the cheese means, right? America offered Iran all the cheese it could possibly want for energy production. And it wasn't like where it's going to be for a period of time. It was for forever. It was forever. It was the I'm not photogenic enough for Instagram right yet, but you don't have to be, whatever. It was forever, right? They said that they were going to provide the cheese. What is cheese? Cheese is used for a certain type of energy. Do you understand what I mean? Cheese? Yeah, I'm gonna look America. I'm gonna look at Ethereum. I know that your whole understanding is cheese, right? So they would go to offer them cheese material for as much energy production that they want, and apparently they said no, and that was the reason. That was the reason why. That was the red line that they were like, okay, yeah, we need to do this. And if that is true, I mean, ask yourself this question: if you're in a negotiation, it would be a bit sus, right? It would be a bit sus if you were like, they were like, oh no, we don't want you to, let's just say cheese production. We're talking on cheese levels, right? Say I was a major cheese producer and they were a major cheese producer and they were copying my cheese recipe. And I said to them, look, well, let's negotiate. I know. And they were like, no, but I'm only making this cheese for my community and they're just going to eat it, right? Nothing for nothing else. And I go to them and goes, no, that's okay. I will give you that cheese as much as you want. As much as you want. That cheese is for your community. They can eat all the cheese. I'm going to give it to you, right? I'm going to give that to you. And then the guy says, no. I don't. No, that's not what I want. I want to produce it myself. I have the right to produce it myself. I would go, okay, then that's not just for your community, is it? This is the thing. And if that was a question in your mind, and it was like, you know, it's a hard thing to go through. I'm being very cryptic in the way that I'm describing it. So go watch that video so you'll understand what I'm talking about. But it is a very, very interesting thing. If it's true, who knows? In this area, it's all about, there's a lot of geopolitics. There's a lot of, you know, things that will have some level of truth and some level of non-truth. Who knows what's going on that side. But yeah, that's the thing. Now, let's get to gold. All right, let's get to gold. Because something was developed, right? There is this going around. Where is this gone now? I'm going to just try to reset this. This one here. Where did this go? Did it not save it? Macs sometimes do my head in. Is it not saved? Anyway, there's this talk now, right? There's this talk at this present moment where if we look at this graph, look at that. That's not a good sign. Gold, I mean, oil is, that's not good, man. Anyway, if we look at this bad boy, and we're seeing something very interesting happening right now, and we're seeing everyone not in the alpha hunters is just missing daily alpha, market updates, and a lot more. Yeah, honestly, everyone, it's free. It's free. If anyone wants to do it, it's just, you can join it. It's literally, I mean, it's weird when you say free to people, they're like, nah. But I mean, I'm giving all this information for everyone without anything of to gain for myself. It's just there. You can go to the links. It's on the WAP. All you have to do is create a WAP account, and there's a free section. You can go from there. I'm not gaining anything from this, and I'm literally just doing it so we can have a community, because community is what gets you through every moment, the down, the up, the middle, and everything else. And when you apply together as a community and work together as a community, you are not one, you're many. And that's the thing. When you're many, it's always better than the one. It's extremely important to understand that the many will always outbeat the one. And that's why I've given 90% of everything in that community absolutely free. 90%. Literally 90%. We even have a section where you can put your own trades in there and people will talk about it and give their own understanding and all this kind of thing. It's all there. It's all sitting there for you guys to take what you want to. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Alpha Hunters group. It's the link. It's just a group that we have that we all talk about trades and market analysis, latest stuff. And there's things there. Look, I just dropped something there, right? With MEXC. In fact, I'll show you because so you guys can understand what this is, right? And no one picked up on it. And everyone's like, what? Look, check this out. I'm going to show you guys this so you guys can understand what I just dropped. So you guys can understand, right? Check this out. All right, look at this out. All right. I just dropped it here, right here. I'm going to leave it for you guys to read it just on your own. The first 40, I'm going to read it here. The first 30 users to that word or sign up will get 0 fees for the next 2 months and that number worth of benefits thanks to the Alpha Hunters group. That is for everyone. Everyone. There's 40 spaces. It's only because I know the European head of MEXC and also WEX and everything else. I know that. And I'm giving it to you guys. And I don't gain anything. All of this that we get... So most people that will want you to sign up to this thing will get a kickback. All of that kickback I'm giving to you. You get 0 fees. 0. It's to such an extent that if anyone in the group is trading this right now, right? If there's on MEXC, you will see this, right? You will see that every time you do your whatever you're doing, it will say you've saved this much because of us, because of me, because I'm not gaining that. You're gaining it. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's free. Okay, you get it? All right, now, moving on to the next bit. Jesus. We're looking at gold right now. And there is this talk going around where, you know, Bitcoin is catching up to gold and gold is going to be the next gold. And we need to be cautious how we play here. Because a lot of people, and there are a few that will look at this thing only. And there's a lot of things that are misnomers, a lot of things that are wrong, and other things that have some preference to it. Now, gold has only, and let's do this in a different way, right? Let's make this into a percentile. And let's make it index to 100. Index to 100 percentile. Give me... Yeah, here we go. All right. Currently, why are you doing that? Please stop doing this. Don't want it to lock to a thing. All right. No, please stop. Why are you doing this? I don't know why it's doing this. Can you stop doing that, please? I don't want it. All right, there we go. All right. Now, why can't I move this down? All right. If we look at the relation between gold and Bitcoin, and let's look at it on the weekly so we can, yeah, here we go. It's better, right? We see that there is a breakout, a clear breakout. I'm going to move this away. All right. There's a clear breakout that's happening with gold at this present moment. Clear, right? We've broken the prior range. This is on the weekly. It's a huge level that we've broken. And so there is this understanding that now Bitcoin is catching up to gold. And that's why if we look at the sheer level of movement that we're going to, my voice broke, it was so big, right? There's a 42% difference between where we are in relation to gold and where we are to Bitcoin. But there are some real key things that we need to be very, very careful here. Because just because gold is at a higher level to Bitcoin doesn't mean that there will be doesn't mean that you can equate the two together in that manner. Let me just stop this, right? Doesn't mean you can equate the two together, because if we look, we can see moments where Bitcoin was more valuable, right? was more valuable than gold. Like there's key peak points where it was. But I will say this. This is somewhat of a zero-sum game, because if Bitcoin is growing, most probably gold is also growing. So to be able to reach back to these levels, we usually would have to see something spectacular happen. If this is the only metric that you're looking at, if gold versus Bitcoin is the only metric you're looking at, you need to understand that to get to this level, we're looking at a 40% increase in Bitcoin without gold moving. So gold would not have to go up in price at all for Bitcoin to get to that level. And if you want to do it in the way of inflation adjusted, for it to get to this level, Bitcoin would have to be $200,000, right? So you need to look at it in this way. This is the way that I would like to look at it. You look at it in the form of correlation rather than comparison. Because look, let me show you to you here. I'm going to get back to this graph so you can understand why this is so important. And this is very, very key that you guys understand this, because a lot of people are going to be talking about this crap soon. And it just does my head in when people give wrong information, right? Where are we here? Where's Bitcoin? Yeah. Now, if we correlate this, get rid of that. If we correlate this together, we only really start to see, because look, think it this way. If we look at this zone here, right? If you look at that zone there, when was this? We're looking at 2020. Why is the correlation not the same here? I like the live, but the audio is not the best at the moment. Audio is fine for me. Is the audio not good? Sorry, I was just into describing. Can everyone hear? What is cheese? Audio is good, all right. I knew that was going to happen. Anyway, so if you look at this correlation is not the same, right? So why back here was it not a correlation between the two? Why was it not important when you look at gold at that period to this period? It was different. The reason why is because back then, Bitcoin, your profit was massive back then. The potential for profit. That's why if you watch the live from yesterday, you'll see that Fidelity report about that volatility is diminishing. And when an asset gets to an area, right, where volatility diminishes, then it starts to act like normal assets. And the only asset that you could really look at that can relatable to the type and the way that Bitcoin is traded is like gold, right? So we only really see this correlation really being of importance when we get to where we are now. Where we are now. Look, let me look at this. Yeah. When we get where we are now, that now, to me, looks like a more of a correlation than before, right? That's a correlation because as gold's going up, Bitcoin is going up. Oh yeah, it's ebbing and flowing and this and the other, but that's where it is. So if you were to see this get back to where it was to the same level as this, it would have to go to literally over $250,000. And I don't see that happening this year. I don't know if you guys see that. I mean, there's crazy things that have happened. I just don't see that happening this year. So what we need to understand and look at and to try and ascertain, to really gain an understanding of what's important here, is that we need to look at the correlation of direction rather than value against. Because we're in a state right now where gold is increasing at an exponential level because of its nature is being changed. Gold has now become a currency, whereas Bitcoin is now becoming a store of value. The initial stages of what gold was. So we need to look at it differently. And we need to, unfortunately, we need to look at it in the value of the dollar. Because if if gold is a safe haven and now a currency in itself, we need to make sure that we look at Bitcoin, which is a store of value, in relation to an asset that is deflationary, whereas gold will never be deflationary, right? This is the thing. I mean, inflationary, sorry, will never be inflationary, whereas the dollar will. So you always have to look at it in the sense of the dollar. And when people say, oh, you know, if you look at it against the dollar, it's like this, and that's why it's going down, and yeah, there is some level of truth to that. But right now, you need to look at it slightly differently. But I will say this. This switch between the two is a good sign. But I will say, I have difficulty believing that Bitcoin is going to run another 30%. Now, eventually it will. But I think what will start to happen is that we will start to see this become more of a linear move, as Fidelity is talking about, because if we look at the state of where gold is, the stage that it got to was a linear move. We start getting into linear movements up, which I believe this will happen once things of like the Clarity Act and various other institutions are being involved and brought into the new financial system. That is what I'm understanding and trying to explain to you guys. It's really important to know that this correlation is important, but not in the way that people are going to be talking about, because you will see, I promise you, if you do not see this, just don't call me anything that has any understanding about finance or the cryptocurrency. You'll start seeing people going, look, gold is here and Bitcoin is here, and the difference, bull cycle, right? That's all that's going to be talked about. Don't listen to what they're talking about, because the correlation and is not the way that you think it's going to be. Does linear mean less volatile and more stable growth? Pablo Escobar, exactly. You need to watch my lives every day, right? It's really important that you come back every day, because I give you a rolling understanding. The way that my lives work, right, is like, imagine it's a snowball, that the information snowballs until you get to a crescendo of understanding of what's happening. It's really important to understand, because if you can get to that area where people are really trying to understand what's going on there, that's where it goes. That's the thing that I'm trying to explain to everyone. That's the thing that people need to understand and know and grow and go from there, right? That's it. That's what I want to explain to everyone, to be very clear, to understand that that's where we are. Now, let's get to your questions. Anything you guys want me to look at? I can do 3 projects and then I'm going to go from there. What do we want me to look at? What are we looking at? What's Sol up to? It's having a bit of a pullback. Solana, there we go. Solana can potentially have a bit of a pullback here. Not much. Oop, it's doing it in front of me. Yeah, I think there's a real chance that this could have more of a pullback, because this thing has moved a lot, right? So a potential test of the 21-day moving average, most probably even to the Monday high, so around the 90 level is a very real possibility, or a little bit more up and then a real pullback, because at the moment it's testing its prior range. If it breaks the 92.98, this thing will most probably come and test that area between the 90.4 to the 90.29. Most importantly, will the war affect the new chair delivery? I don't know. I mean, it's coming from Italy, so it's so cool. The chair is so amazing. I have to go now, but thanks for tonight. Thank you. No, I appreciate you all being here. It means a lot to me that you guys are all here. SMT swarm markets, I sold 10%. Okay, I don't. All right. Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's see what ETH is up to. Again, a bit more down, a little bit more down. I mean, look, again, you just have to take it level by level, right? It's see what it does from this point here. It'll most probably come and test that area, the 2151, right? If it breaks that area, and possibly actually down here as well, between 2.151 and 2146, that area there will be most probably tested, and that's going to be a key level to check. If that breaks, then we're going for a larger correction, and I would start looking at areas such as the 21-day moving average, the Monday high, and at most, I would say around the 2080. That'd be a great area to buy, but not any advice at all. What do you think of USOR? I am not going to talk about that. Solana and Chainlink might have hit bottoms. Possible. You just have to be careful, right? You have to be careful. I gave all the signs and the aspects of what was important, and it's really important that you guys check that out, right? We are getting into a key area. If we close below this, the 824, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. Ooh, nice, you're praying in the studio. Yes, you guys have to come to my live every day. I just don't understand. And this is the thing. Look, I can tell that TikTok is not pushing my lives out to anyone at all because of what I'm going through. And it's a shame. That's why I need you guys to press the like and share and do all that kind of stuff. I promise you will close below 70. I promise you will close below 70. I don't know what that means. Characters, I appreciate it. You have beautiful hair. Do I? I have Johnny Bravo hair. Look, can you see Johnny Bravo? That guy there. My wife bought me that. But more importantly, have you seen my Banksy? Do you guys know what that is, by the way? On that note, I'm gonna go. Do you know what that is? Does anyone know what that is? It's pretty cool. It's not a painting. If it was a Banksy painting, jeez. No. There was a chance I could have bought one, but it's way too expensive. No. This is the Banksy dollar. It's the Banksy dollar. It's the currency that he gave to taxi drivers when he was in London, and there's only a limited amount of them. So, but it's a real Banksy. Yeah, bruv. And you're gonna start seeing the. I have some figurines that are coming from Cyprus, which is being delayed. Funny enough, I don't know why. It was delayed. I mean, they said something about shipping problems. I don't know. I mean, I want my stuff, man. Donald Trump, chop. Can you get I want my figurines to come. Yeah, it's a real Banksy in it, bruv. I don't even know how much they're worth now. I've never looked. It was from a gallery friend of mine. A really good friend of mine who unfortunately is no longer with us now. So it's that type of memory. So I would never sell it. Doesn't matter. Actually, how much is it? On that note, how much did Banksy dollars go? Banksy pound note. Sorry, pound note. How much do they go for? If they're real, obviously. 1 second. What's the last auction? Whoa, okay, that's worth a lot. Jesus. Okay, I might need to put that into the safe. Wow, that's a lot. Anyway, cool. Whatever, it's cool. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The price of it or whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. It's the memory of my friend, so all that doesn't matter. Wow, that's insane. By the way, if you guys want to know what no, the sign one went for that price. Okay. The sign one. This is it, by the way, if you guys want to know what it is. There we go. It's really, really cool. It's such a cool piece. Look, take this. I know this is a completely different thing. Everyone's going to leave the live now. But yeah, look, this is one here. It's really, really cool. Like you can actually see, I promised to pay the bearer on demand the ultimate price, and it's got like Lady Diana on it and stuff like that. It's really cool. But yeah, didn't realize it was worth that much money. Jesus Christ. It's a tenner note, yeah. Don't spend it at McDonald's. No. It's an acrylic case. New chair, Banksy work. Albert is showing off his toys. I ain't showing anything off. I've always had these toys. I'm just putting stuff in the thing. They're gonna start seeing my. I'll tell you what they are. They might actually. I want you guys to guess what they are. There's two of them. One's a lot more expensive. I know how much they are worth. Jesus, I paid it. So anyway, yeah. All right, cool. Awesome. Look, I appreciate you all. I appreciate everyone that was here. I'm gonna call it a day today. And I will. Yeah. I'll wish you guys adieu, and we'll see where tomorrow holds and see what the market is doing. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for all the new people that have joined, and new people have followed, and I appreciate everyone else that's always coming and joining me, even when I get crazy scenarios happening to me where we can tell that I'm not being pushed to my old followers because apparently I'm not me, whatever that means. Yeah. All right. Look, I appreciate. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have been incredible as always, and we'll see where tomorrow holds. Yeah. And you see, if anyone wants to join the Alvandas group, it's there. You can understand what benefit it gives you. There's a lot of helpful stuff there, and we can go from that point. All right. Take care. Peace. Good night, and I'll catch you guys later. Right. And that. Okay.